Greetings, my beautiful soul. Today I felt called to do a video about the intense energies of the eclipses. We're in between the lunar and solar eclipses, and this energy will continue for a while. And in this video I'm going to share some of the things that are happening as a result, and also at the end of the video I'll be sharing a lot of techniques that have worked for me. So yeah, stick around for that. So let's begin with what happens with eclipses. There's this intensification of darkness and light. So because, and it's not just eclipses, but I don't know if you've noticed, but the sun seems to have become brighter. I sometimes need to wear sunglasses even when it's partly sunny. It's just an intensification of the light, which I'm not sure why scientifically that's happening. Maybe you know. But what happens whenever there is an intensification of an energy, there will also be an intensification of the opposite energy, because things are always in balance. So therefore, this light, which is also energetically bringing us to a higher vibration, to a higher level, or more of our true self, more in line with our goals, purpose. At the same time, any shadow or darkness, false beliefs, limitations that are still within our subconscious and our body will be coming up to be cleared, which is a good process, but can be very challenging. So for myself, this last week was very bizarre. I've never experienced anything like it, where I literally had a day of amazing light and great things, followed by a day of darkness and just feeling terrible. And this happened 3 times. Light, dark, light, dark, light, dark. Which I think is a symbol of this eclipse of darkness and light. So of course on the light days I feel amazing. I can see my whole future. I can see everything. I believe in myself. And the thing is, like, our minds get very they just believe whatever is happening in the moment. So when I'm in that day or moment or hour of light, my mind can't really comprehend how there is anything other than this reality of lightness. And so I just believe, oh, well, it's always going to be like this. It's amazing. Da 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 da. At the same time, when I go into the dark part, the darkness comes. Again, I get stuck in it, and it's feeling like, oh, I'm back here again. This is never going to get better. Which is why a lot of people, sadly, have been giving up. And, you know, because when you've been dealing with the same issue for a decade, like I have, you get discouraged. But the thing to keep in mind is, number one, that just like the light left temporarily, the darkness will also leave. And the thing is, even when intellectually we know this, it's still difficult in the moment. It's still difficult to deal with. So that's why I wanted to share some techniques. I'm a great example of someone who, you know, ancestrally, there's been a lot of darkness and pain in my family's history and in my own history. So I can definitely get into very low places, and I have. And so some of the things that I do now when this happens, The first one is working with the elements. So there's a lot of power, for example, in water. So you can, personally, my favorite thing to do is swim in the ocean, which thankfully I have started doing again for longer periods since the beginning of April. It's still pretty cold here, but can get, on a good day, I can get in there and have a long swim. So the salt water really kind of like somehow connects to the negative energy and allows it to dissolve, which is why in pranic healing, energy healing, they use a bucket of salt water to send the negative energy that they remove, which I was trained in. So you can also have an Epsom salt bath, which does similar things. Even having a shower. And it's not just the physical experience of water, it's also the sound of water. So even listening to rain, which strangely we have had much less rain here in recent times. So I've been missing that. Never thought I would say those words. Rain used to trigger me a lot. Anyway, that's another story. So yeah, listening to the rain can be very soothing. And also I started occasionally going to a float. So I don't know if you have these where you live. But again, it's like very concentrated Epsom salt water float. And you spend like an hour and a half in there and it just releases everything. There's also fire. With fire, you can do a lot of ceremonies where you can write things you want to release, put them in the fire. You can also use other things like stones. You can intend to place whatever you want to receive in the stone. You blow on the stone, stating your intention. You can put it in a stream to be cleansed. Or you can bury it in the earth. Earth is another great element. You can lie on the earth and just intend for the earth to hold you and to support you. Yeah, and even air. Air is less intense than water, but it is still, just watching, lying on the earth and watching the wind blowing the trees, feeling the wind on your face is also healing. So besides elements, there's a lot of power in our hands. So I don't know if you watch my Sound Journeys channel. I do a lot of healing work there with ASMR and Reiki energy healing with hands. And also, my favorite videos that I do are my drumming videos because it really helps me to meditate. So I'll finish with the hands and then we'll talk about meditation. So with the hands, because the hands have these minor chakra points in the palms, which you can stimulate like this. And then just practice feeling the energy between your hands. And these minor chakra points are connected to the heart chakra. So that's why hands are so healing. They're literally an expression of the heart energy. So one technique that I learned I also learned another energy healing techniques called magnified healing. And similar to in pranic healing, we learn how to do distance healing by imagining the person in front of you and using your hands to send energy, or just doing cleansing on that person that you're imagining in front of you. So you can do it like this, or you can do it like this, and you can put a person, a situation, So let's say you want to clear the energy of an ancestor. Imagine the ancestor there, and then you send them energy with your hands. You can do this literally for anything. Person, a situation, an issue, or like if you feel like you're entangled with someone, you can put that issue in the center and heal it. And you can also, this is also good when you, because another great thing is obviously to put your own hands on your body and send healing, especially if there's a part of your body that is hurting. But if there's a part of your body that's hurting, like back here, and you can't reach, you can intend to send energy with your hands this way. So that also links to meditation. So if you're in meditation, I try to be aware of my body, and if there are parts that are hurting, or notice when you're in a deep meditation how the energy is moving in your body. If there's like a tingling in your body, and you can combine all these things as well. You can be in meditation, say a drumming meditation, and also do the energetic thing. Yeah, and then the last thing that's really important is integration. So when you do a healing on yourself, it's really important to rest afterwards. I personally enjoy having a nap after a healing. Let's say I'm, having a really challenging day and I do healing on myself, then I have a nap. It kind of integrates the healing into your body, as well as this has been happening more and more, where I wake up from my night sleep or from a nap, and either through my dreams or even irrespective of my dreams, I just tune in and I receive a message of what's coming. So for example, today I was back in my old thing of like I don't have enough friends, like I don't have enough support, I feel alone. I think a lot of people struggle with these feelings. This again is something that's very generational for me. I have a lot of family members who didn't feel understood, who felt alone. And I also felt alone. I had a difficult childhood, and then we escaped to Canada, where I felt completely out of place. Anyway, so these feelings can linger, and then I try to remember all the amazing people that have come into my life in recent times, which again, like just, oh yeah, that reminds me of another technique, is when you're in meditation and you can imagine what it feels like to have, let's say you have this issue with feeling alone. You can imagine in your body what it feels like to be supported and cared for and have people, and then when a thought comes that's like, oh, this is just an illusion, you're like fooling yourself, you're actually alone, whatever, just intend to send love to that thought or that thing. And this was a technique that my daughter taught me recently. So and right after I did that whole meditation, you will see that when you do these healings, things in your life will shift. Like there was a person that I was talking to that we weren't really aligned, but we were still kind of talking to each other. And then literally as soon as I did this meditation, like we just ended things. He ended them, whatever. Anyways, but it was good, because if you have people in your life that are not aligned with you and you're hanging on to them, it's sending the wrong message out into the energetic field, because it's saying, oh, I'm good with these people that don't align with me. So if you really want to attract people who align with you, then, put your energy into those relationships that align, and just kind of, you don't have to do it in like a, you can do it in a very decisive way, or you can just like let things, you know, pass, and they will eventually drift away. Because a lot of people hang on to things hoping that, like, oh, it's going to change, it'll be the right thing. So, you know, you can just let them have the process until they realize it's not the right thing. Or you can end it yourself. It doesn't matter. Things like that do pass. But the less energy you give them, and the more you focus on that feeling you get with the, like, really aligned people in your life, the more you will bring those in. So then I was saying, after I had my nap, I woke up with the guidance of... then now it's time for me to engage more in... I have a lot of one-on-one friends. Not a lot. I mean, I have... My friends are mostly one-on-one. But it's time for me to be in groups. And these groups that align with you, you know, can really serve to amplify your vibration. And like, it's good for everyone in the group. Okay, I think that's all I wanted to say. I hope you have found that useful. And remember, everyone is going through this. It's definitely a challenging time, but it's also a time of releasing these things is such a blessing, because these other beautiful, amazing things are coming into your life. So I'm sending you all my love, and please leave a comment if you have other techniques or any kind of feedback. I'd love to read your comments. And yeah, if you haven't watched my sound healing meditations, check those out. They might be helpful to you. Okay, take care. Bye.